I'm at Brigham Young University asking people what they know about Black History Month. What do you know about Black History Month?
It's the month that Black history started.
Okay, and what month is that?
March.
January.
March or April or something like that.
You know what? I think I forgot.
A month is, what, isn't it January?
Is it November?
January or February?
February.
Yeah, that's right. It's February. All right, and can you name some Black historical figures?
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther.
Oh, well, obviously we got Martin Luther King Jr., got Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Okay, what did Malcolm X do?
Malcolm X, was he the head of the Black Panthers?
He was part of the movement in the, to get the black into the schools.
He was like, bad.
Do you know any others?
What was the lady on the bus? What was her name? Rosa
Parks.
Parks.
There's Samuel Jack. Well, he's not a historical figure, but
Will Smith.
Tupac.
I don't know if it's 50 cents. I don't know.
How do you celebrate Black History Month, Will?
I guess I don't. I just watch the commercials that are on TV the whole month.
I have no clue.
Usually what we do is we love our fried chicken and we go with some grape juice.
I listen to lots of Jay-Z.
All right, he listens to a lot of Jay-Z. Is that all year round, though?
No, I don't ever listen to Jay-Z. I lied.
You think most of these students around here, they go off campus, do they even know a black guy when they see one?
They would, obviously.
So you know a black guy when you see one?
Yeah.
You know one when you see one?
Right.
So you know one when you see one?
Yeah.
Oh, you know a black guy when you see one?
Yeah.
I recently got back from my mission in Alabama, and obviously places that I was at down there was a lot more, I guess you could say, colored people.
So at least you know one when you see one.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, do you think a black guy has an advantage on campus when it comes to dating over a white guy?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I'd say sometimes depends on the girl, jungle fever.
I can think of some girls that have some jungle fever.
So do you got better game or worse game being here?
I got better game, man. No doubt about it.
I think he's on top of the world.
Look at Brandon Davies. He's doing pretty good.
Would you date a black guy?
I already have.
Yeah, one of my best friends is black. He has a super awesome afro.
Have you heard the phrase, once you go black, you never go back?
Yes, I have heard that.
What do you think that means?
Could be referring to a lot of things. Possibly an innuendo.
Uh-oh. Would you feel more comfortable dating a black guy who acts like a white guy or a white guy who acts like a black guy?
Oh my gosh, definitely a black guy that acts like a white guy.
I would not date a white guy that acts like a black guy.
Oh, a white guy acting like a black guy doesn't work. Because white guys that act like black guys are kind of tools, I feel like.
But a black guy that acts like a white guy?
It's good. Classy. Good stuff.
Every white person has an impression of a black person.
Gentlemen, how you doing? We're doing right here. How about you?
Bam, bam. Bam, bam.
Just the 4 snaps in Z formation.
Security?
Just throwing the lane.
Well, how you be doing today? It's good to see. Okay.
I don't know. She'd be like, hey girl, what you doing over there? Hey.
Kind of as a depiction of what we know or has been known in times past as the black face, which was immediately something that struck me and irritated me and made me a little upset, because those of us that know anything about historically, the black face is something that the white man used to put on his face in times past and dance around like a jigaboo and things like that to be entertaining to other white audience members that were there. They would use it as comic value or laughter at our expense. They even took those of us that were potentially fair-skinned and they would apply extremely black makeup to us and paint our lips red and make us eat watermelon and fried chicken on TV. And that was a part of what was called the blackface. Then going on further, nobody knew our month. At Brigham Young University, nobody knew that February was Black History Month. It has the least amount of days on the entire calendar. Nobody knew the month that was given to the black race. Most of them, most likely being the Mormon persuasion, I could argue the fact that I'm sure they knew what Pioneer Day was, which was the day that they began the Latter-day Saints movement in the 1800s, but nobody knew our entire month. Yeah, to the young lady that was on the video that said that she would never date a white man acting quote-unquote black because it is a quote-unquote tool or ignorant behavior, but yet she would date a white man yet she would date a black man acting white because that would be considered classy. Well, I don't know what world that she lives in, but there are quite a few black men that act black that are considerably classy. If you've ever taken a few moments to watch the political campaign of one President Barack Obama, you will see that there were a lot of vicious and awesome attacks that were thrown his way, yet he never responded any other way other than classy. If you've ever taken a moment to watch any movie, you might have run across an actor by the name of Dezmond Washington, who is one of the most classiest men to ever walk on the face of this earth. If you've ever sat at home in the 90s and watched TV and began to see a family go along and act as if they have never been impacted by struggle, you would watch one of the most classiest men by the name of Dr. Bill Cosby. If you've ever listened to a speech in your day or called yourself a person that was in the know, you would have had to listen to a speech by either Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. or Minister Louis Farrakhan, two of the most classiest men in America. Those of us that are honored to come to 1731 East Wood Street every Sunday morning, we experience every Sunday one of the most classiest men in America. We as a people cannot get that upset at the responses of these people, considering that they attend Brigham Young University, where there is only 176 African American students out of the population of 30,000. So with that being said, the only black influence that they see is that of what they see on television. The man upset me when he was comfortable showing how he considered a black man to act even in front of another black man. Because they figured that the man interviewing them was black and he was laughing and he was talking with them, that his behavior must have been acceptable. You know, it's one thing for a certain nationality or a certain race to talk about another nationality or another race when they're in the confines of one another. But to go as far as to be comfortable with it when you are in my own face, I don't like it. The man responds at the end of the video with fight ignorance with ignorance. Ignorance should never be fought with ignorance, but rather ignorance should be fought with education. And if you were looking to fight the ignorance of the students that are on the campus of Brigham Young University, you should have included in your tape the fact when they answered questions repeatedly wrong. The fact when they continued to downplay the black African American man. The fact when they continued to laugh and crack jokes. There was no point in your video, Mr. Ackerman, when you decided to educate your own quote-unquote people. So we have a responsibility, Yahweh. We've got a responsibility, 18 to 30. We've got a responsibility to not only educate people about the facts about George Washington Carver and Benjamin Banneker, but we have a responsibility to educate people about how we live socially.